Now, because you have a better understanding of what actually creates tension in the moment, which is actually the building block to female sexual attraction, you're gonna notice that women respond to you in a completely different way. And now they're actually gonna start prioritizing seeing you in person. What's up, man? Patrick James here, and welcome to another episode of Raw Dating Advice. Now, in this video, I want to answer a question about texting that got asked of me on Instagram, but a couple quick announcements first. First off, earlier this week, I got a positive test for COVID, and I've literally felt like ass for like the last week and a half. And so today is one of the first days I've actually had the energy to turn on the camera and get a video film for you in over a week and a half. So that's why we don't have a longer form podcast today like we have for the last couple weeks. And the second announcement is right now, one of my best-selling courses, The Magnetic Personality Formula, is currently on sale, but only for the next few days. So if you want to check that out, it would definitely help support the channel, definitely help support Raw Dating Advice as a whole, and I definitely think you're going to get a lot of value out of the Magnetic Personality Formula, and the link to that is in the first link in the description box below. Now, that said, I'm going to try to answer this question before I get hit with a lot of fatigue. I'm already kind of getting there. So this question actually comes from David, and David says, "Hey Pat, so I landed on one of your YouTube videos and need your advice on something. I met this girl online about a month ago, clicked right away, and went to her place to meet up. Nothing happened, but I feel it went well. She said next time she'll come and see me, and we kept texting each other daily ever since, pretty much evenly." I already can tell where this is going. "She often sends me pictures of what she's doing or eating and all. During the holidays, I invited her to see each other a second time on 2 occasions, but she said her life lately is hectic and wants to see family and close friends for the holidays, but she's still interested in seeing me eventually. My question is, how should I approach this in a good way to not lose her attraction? I'm wondering if I text her only to get to the point on meeting her again will go the right way after a month of texting daily. Thanks for your time." Oh my God. First off, you don't have a texting problem, you have an attraction problem. And part of your attraction problem is the way you've been texting this girl. I don't know if you could already tell, but man, texting her daily is the absolute wrong move. I've talked about this in many videos before, but if you're texting a girl daily, especially early on in the dating process, especially before you've banged this chick, before she's your girlfriend, or before you've gone on like at least 3 to 5 dates with her, you're putting yourself in the friend zone and you don't even know it yet. I actually call it the text friend zone because whether you know it or not, a girl is forming 2 impressions of you, and one of those impressions is her in-person impression of you, obviously, and the other one is her texting impression. Now, I can probably guess from just the way you asked your question that you're not quite doing the best that you can to attract her in person, and especially not over text, but here's the kind of the shitty part is if you're texting this girl all day, every day to build a connection with her, to see what you guys are eating, to just talk about the fucking weather, right now, you're killing any attraction that was potentially there. And so for you to text her daily for a month and then ask her out again is absolutely not gonna work out for you. And I would honestly be surprised if she kept texting you all day, every day for the next month. But if she did, I can guarantee you with 110% that she will not ever see you again in person, at least not on a date, all right? And especially not one-on-one. So here's the first thing I would say is you don't have a texting problem. You have an attraction problem, all right? That's the first thing I want you to accept. So here's the only thing that I can really recommend about you and this girl is you have to give her some space. You have to stop texting her right this second. The more you text her, the further you're driving yourself into her text friend zone, and the worse your chances of her ever being attracted to you will be, all right? And the further you are in her text friend zone, the longer I want you to fucking stop texting her, all right? Right now, I want you to literally go out and work on yourself, and I want you to create some abundance in your dating life. And what do I mean by that? I mean, right now, most guys, especially right now, it seems like you fit into this category. Most guys date in scarcity. They believe in this kind of soulmate myth, this Hollywood narrative where if I just kind of romance this girl and I connect with her a lot, then eventually this girl will become attracted to me after she gets to know me quite a bit and sees that we're perfect on paper for each other. And I'm telling you, you, that is not at all how female attraction works, all right? So right now, my best advice for you is stop trying to hold sand, all right? Stop trying to hold sand. So what I mean by that is, if you could imagine just like this fucking spout of sand just pouring down into my hand. Well, if I wanted to grab a bunch of sand into my hand, if I just kind of kept grasping at it, I kept trying to get that sand in my hand, well, you'll find that the sand kind of just goes everywhere and I don't get much sand in my hand, right? I don't mean to sound like Dr. Seuss right now, but what you'll find is, like, if that sand is coming down, you just have to kind of relax and let it kind of puddle up into your hand. And the more you kind of relax and just let it happen, the more sand you're actually gonna get. And so the way that analogy relates to this girl is there's nothing you can actively try to do to get this girl attracted to you again, if there was any even underlying attraction there to begin with. I'll be honest, it doesn't seem like there was, because a couple of things. One, you said there wasn't a whole lot that happened on your date. If it was just platonic conversation, if it was just kind of connecting and vibing conversation, that's how you build a friendship. I would venture to guess that there was probably very little sexual tension in your in-person interaction with her, simply because she hasn't made it a priority to see you again. If a girl likes a guy, if a girl's attracted to a guy, she's gonna do whatever it takes to see you, all right? Even if it means ditching her friends, losing sleep, not getting her homework done, showing up to work with very little sleep, or whatever it is, she's gonna go out of her way to see a guy, right? This is why girls all the time are sneaking over to guys' houses at 2 in the morning just to get the gift of that D, if you know what I'm saying. So right now, there's not a lot of attraction there. There's definitely not a lot of sexual tension there. And you're not gonna be able to do anything right now to kind of flip that around, other than giving her space and kind of just cutting things off for a little bit and working on yourself. Now, that said, as you're working on yourself, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make it a point to go out and develop abundance in your dating life. Rather than being in scarcity right now, and rather than choosing to be in scarcity by only having one option and trying to do whatever you can to make that one option work, I want you to literally go out and try to get at least 5 to 10 other women attracted to you, right? And here's what's gonna happen. You're gonna get rejected a lot, but you're also going to learn what really attracts women, especially if you keep watching the videos on this channel, and especially if you do kind of the things I'm gonna tell you here in a second. But right now, you need to work on your ability to spark sexual tension. A lot of guys, they have this false belief that women become attracted to a guy through emotional connection, and that is just not true, all right? You build emotional connection on the foundation of sexual attraction. But unlike a dude where you see a girl and you're instantly, like, visually, you know, I'm attracted to this woman sexually, women are not necessarily, obviously they're physically attracted to guys, but she can be attracted to a guy even if that guy doesn't fit her physical type, simply if he learns how to spark tension in the conversation, all right? So what do I mean by that? If you're on an elevator with a girl and it's just you two on the elevator and you don't know what to say and it's kind of just an awkward silence and you think, well, should I talk to her? Should I say hi or should I not? I guarantee you she was feeling that same way in that moment. There's that natural underlying tension between men and women already, right? And so the way you attract girls is in a conversation, in your interaction with her, you kind of amplify the tension through the way you're talking to her, through the way you interact with her. And one of the best ways that you're gonna learn how to do this fastest is I'm gonna challenge you right now for the next 30 days to, 1, not contact this girl at all, but 2, go on a disqualifying tear. I want you to go out and meet women and playfully disqualify every girl you meet for the next month. Not for the sake of getting these girls attracted to you, but for the sake of learning how to create tension in a conversation, obviously playfully disqualifying her, but also giving yourself proof and evidence that when you do it in the right way, in the way that I'm about to teach you, that you're gonna see a different way that these women are reacting to you. You're gonna notice that their eyes kind of light up while they're talking to you, and rather than kind of getting mad that you disqualified her, she might playfully hit you on the arm. She might kind of get all giddy around you, and you're gonna notice a completely different vibe when you're texting these girls, all right? So here's a couple of examples that I'm gonna give you right out of my book, 107 Proven Ways to Get the Girl, and this is literally 107 different ways to attract women, all right? And so when I say disqualify a girl, one of the best ways to do it is secret number 6, and it is called master the art of validate and invalidate, all right? And so these are just a few ways to validate and invalidate girls. It's kind of like when you compliment her, but you kind of take it away a little bit. You're not quite sold on her yet, is what this implies, all right? So maybe you're talking to a girl at a party or a bar, or maybe you're at a buddy's house or a small get-together, and you say, you know, you're seriously the coolest girl I've met. on this side of the room, right? That's one way to kind of validate, but then you pause and you say it in a playful tonality on this side of the room or on this side of the bar. Or, do you know what I like about you? And you kind of pause, you say it with a sly smirk on your face, and then you go, absolutely nothing, right? And just that slight takeaway, it's a playful joke. She knows you're joking, but it's one of those validate and invalidate things that really gets you to put yourself on a girl's radar. Another one, I can't even talk to you right now. You're way too nice for me, right? What does that imply? Most guys are way too nice. They're the nice guy and they get friend zone because they're so fucking nice and they try to do everything they can to build this fucking connection with her. Well, if you kind of flip the script on her and you go, I can't even talk to you right now, you're way too nice for me, right? These are playful different ways to disqualify women. And so one of the things that I did early on when I first started kind of doing this myself, like when I wanted to improve my game, this is exactly what I did. I literally had 2 or 3 of those kind of disqualifying lines in my back pocket, and I literally, every girl I met for the next 30 days, I challenged myself to bring up one of those playfully challenging lines that I had in my back pocket within the first 1 to 2 minutes of the conversation. And I promise you, if you just challenge yourself to do this for the next 30 days, you're gonna notice a complete difference. And because you kind of gave that other girl space, now because you have a better understanding of what actually creates tension in the moment, which is actually the building block to female sexual attraction, you're gonna notice that women respond to you in a completely different way. And now they're actually gonna start prioritizing seeing you in person. And the other part that I would say is nonverbals. I want you to work on those as well. All right, so here's another thing I want you to work on is your eye contact. More specifically, your seductive eye contact. When I say that is I want you, when you're talking to girls, to hold a strong, dominant, and laser focus seductive gaze. And what do I mean by that is I want you to slightly squint with your eyes, almost like you're smiling, but you're not smiling with your mouth, you're kind of just smiling with your eyes. So if my eyes are normal, and now I'm squinting. All right, slight squints in your eyes, it breaks rapport a little bit, but what you'll find is it creates a little bit of conversational tension while you're talking to girls. And even better, if you can add a little bit of a sly smirk on your face or a sly smile where you kind of have a little bit of like one side of your mouth raised a little bit, combined with the slight squint. I want you to practice this in the mirror. So kind of just talk to girls with a sly smile on your face, maybe even do a little head tilt. And you just kind of like work on this and practice whatever lines you want to work on. So you're way too nice for me. I can't even talk to you right now. Geez, you're way too nice for me. Have you always been this way? God, you're so innocent. It's cute, right? I want you to go on a disqualifying tear. Does this make sense? All right, that's my advice to you, man. Thank you for the badass question. And I hope that any of you guys who are out there watching this video got value out of this. Now that said, please give this video a thumbs up. I'm already breaking a sweat. I'm already kind of out of breath from talking. I'm gonna go back and lay in bed. And one quick reminder, again, check out the magnetic personality formula. It is in the link in the description box below, and it is only on sale for the next few days. On that note, I'm gonna see you guys later. Peace out.